guys, Keith here at Island Music. How's everybody doing tonight? I am filling in for Jack. And Jake, we got some people joining us yet?
Yeah, it looks like people are funneling through, yes.
So tonight I thought I would just hang out and show everybody a couple cool things that I like and maybe you haven't seen around the shop. I thought I would just jam a bit because it's very rare that I get a little bit of time to just play and kind of cut loose at work. So thank you, Elizabeth. Party on. All right, this is really fun. So the first thing I want to kind of show off is one of my favorite guitars that is around the store. We've carried these for a couple years now. We are one of the only dealers for them. This is the FU Tone FU Pro guitar. So this guitar comes with everything that you would need to really soup up a guitar. So it's a basic Charvel style body, neck, and this particular guitar has two humbuckers in there, FU Tone humbuckers, super high output, really great rock Van Halen-esque pickups. It has a Floyd Rose, and it is Eddie style, so dive bomb only, down kind of thing. D-tuner built in there, so I can quickly drop to drop D. The real magic is under the hood. Can you guys see that? Can you see that?
Yeah.
So this has a brass block in here, brass claw and screws, and then these super heavy duty noiseless springs. So really one of the big things that I love about this guitar and with my style of playing is it has an amazing amount of sustain. So if I just hit a chord, it just rings and 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 rings. That's amazing, right? It's still going. Okay? Same thing with single notes. So if I'm playing a solo or a lead line or a melody line, it just continues to ring and sustain and sustain and sustain. And for me, that's super helpful. I want a guitar that is going to have the tools to make me sound better and to make me play better. So by increasing sustain, I don't have to work as hard, which is really cool. Also, it really increases the tonality. So if you listen, you have a really full range of notes and tones that are coming out when I hit a chord or I hit a single note. The note just has to go tink and just dissipate. It really kind of rings out. It sounds really full, really professional. Really, really good. Okay, so that is kind of under the hood on this guitar. Up front here with our two humbuckers, we have coil taps on here. So if I want to kind of roll my volumes back, so there's humbucker mode. Get kind of a twangier Strat kind of sound. I can do that. I have a 3-way switch here, so I can blend between my bridge and my neck pickup. So right now they'll both be humbuckers. Neck humbucker. Really smooth. Now I can go to neck single coil. Let me switch amps settings. So I'm using the Fender Tone Master, by the way, which I love. There's something better clean. That's a Fender Deluxe Reverb setting. Neck humbucker, neck single. Both singles. Okay, so let's get back to rocking. So super awesome guitar. One other cool thing that I forgot to mention is this Epic kill switch. I don't really know how to play with a kill switch that good. I need to learn some kill switch licks. Do you guys know of any good kill switch licks or songs that I could learn?
Going back to the sustain.
Actually, you know who uses kill switch a lot is Buckethead. But I can't play like Buckethead. I don't know. So anyhow, really awesome guitar. Really kind of shows the technology of the FU Tone upgrades. And you might say to yourself, well, Keith, I'm not sure that I need another guitar, which would be crazy that you would say that to yourself. However, if you do say that to yourself, if you let me know what kind of guitar you have, we have all of the individual FU Tone upgrades, and I can basically increase the sustain and the tone in any of your guitars out there. So if you bring a guitar to me and say, Keith, I want this to sound better, I want to have better sustain, I want my guitar to be heavier because I need to use it as a weapon also, come to me and I will help you pick out the pieces that you need. Like for instance, this block for an Ibanez style guitar is $39. That's quite a small amount of money to invest in upgrading your tone. Here is the claw, which is also $29. That's the claw and spring set there. And then I have these in every single one of my guitars. I have spent a fortune in brass bits and pieces on all my guitars that have tremolos. These are the noiseless springs, 1999. Super worthwhile investment to make any guitar sound or play better. Look, the guy that owns the place can actually play guitar. Who knew? I'm actually out of licks. I probably will not be playing anymore for the rest of this episode. You've heard all I have. Elizabeth, no such thing as too many guitars. I knew that I liked you. Really, really good comment there. Thank you for that. Sounds like we should make that into a t-shirt or something like that. We also have available, once I learn some kill switch licks, I'll probably add a couple of these to some of my guitars. New, like brand new, EVH signature kill switches for $24.95. Tanner, Justin, or John can install these for you in the service department. It's quite an easy upgrade. Really, really cool, and you could learn your Buckethead licks. That's actually a, let's see, Kiss delivering the goods, I think. Does that. Okay, so there's a kill switch lick there. Also new, super new to us, and I think we were one of the only other retailers, with the exception of FU Tone and EVH's store online, carrying the new EVH keychains, which come in all the popular guitars. I happen to grab the Bumblebee. Can you guys see that there? Jake, can you see?
That would be, yeah.
You can see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the yellow and black stripe guitar. We have all the famous Eddie guitars, the Frankenstein, the 5150, the Eruption 78, all of them available in keychains. So if you put these on your keys, you will likely not lose your keys again, because these will be rocking too hard and be too loud. You will not miss them. Also, you can get yourself a EVH pin, which could go on your shirt. It could go on like a backpack, like if you have to get dressed up or something for some weird reason and you wear a tie or something, it could go on your tie. Also available in all of the famous Eddie guitars. Super cool. What do you guys think? Nothing.
And there's a bit of delay between us and them, so.
Guys, is it okay if I jam a little bit? Fun. Cut. Brenda says, enjoying the music, jam away. All right, fun. So that is the FU Tone FU Pro guitar. We have these in a million different colors. They come with maple necks, or you can get them with the rosewood or ebony neck. Beautiful instrument. I own a Tiffany blue one with a maple neck, and I love it. I didn't have to do any upgrades to it because it already had it in there. It's one of my favorite guitars. I use it to record quite a bit because I can get so many different tones without having to switch a bunch of guitars. So, on to the next thing. So next we have, these guitars have been really quite a hit over the last couple weeks. They're a new release from our friends in Stevensville, Maryland, Paul Reed Smith guitars. And this is the long-awaited NF53 SE. Actually, this is in the dog hair finish, which I have a black lab, so it's kind of a cool, like, I don't know. I'm partial to this finish. So kind of some cool things about this guitar. I think this is really PRS's take at a 50s, we'll just go ahead and say it, a 50s Tele. So kind of some cool things that are going on under the hood of this guitar. Just like a 50s style Tele, it has 3 brass saddles in there. Again, going back to talking about our FU Tone guitar and our FU Tone upgrade pieces, brass equals more sustain and better tone. So anytime that you have brass touching your string and as part of your tone transfer, it really helps the guitar. So this guitar comes stock with the 3 individual vintage style brass saddles. It has, for the first time ever, appearing in an SE guitar, NF53 DD pickups in there. Really great dynamic sounding pickups. Has a really cool traditional Paul Reed Smith bird inlay, but if you look at the, like an abalone shell, so it's not just like a white piece of plastic or a gray piece of plastic or something like that. It looks really, really cool, and obviously the look of the shell changes as you turn the guitar in the light. Really, really cool. Again, it has that cool dog hair finish. So this is like, I guess this is like a grain fill kind of thing that they do, and then kind of really highlights the low spots in the guitar, and it really makes each one unique and different. It's a beautiful instrument. One of the other things that they did that I really love about this guitar is it's like a satin, really smooth neck. I'm not a big fan of painted, glossy necks because I always, again, want to play as fast as I can. And if there's any resistance between my hand and the fingerboard, it slows me down a little bit. I've actually gone as far as to take a really expensive Paul Reed Smith guitar that I had as one of my main gigging band guitars, and I walked into the repair shop one day and I took a large sanding block and I just sanded off the finish on the back of the neck, and everybody just about passed out and thought it was a crazy thing. But for me, I wanted to be able to play faster and to have a smoother feeling neck, so I just sanded the finish off. Sorry about that, Paul. Also has these really cool vintage style tuners with the plastic buttons on the top there. They're like an ivory look. Looks really cool. Another thing that you can tell about this guitar, the quality. So if you look at that headstock, see that headstock has the tilted headstock design, which helps with the string pull, which helps with tuning stability, and also helps with sustain. So PRS didn't just stamp something like this out and say, okay, we're going to make an SE version of it. They have all of the same engineering that is in the US-made bolt-ons done in the SEs, which is really awesome guitar. I think this guitar tops at around $1,000, which I can see it's totally worth that. So let's give it a listen. We will dial in kind of a different setting on our Fender Tone Master, just so you guys can hear it kind of more in its element. And let's see what we got. Let's bank up and see what else we got here. It's a real cool kind of ambient setting. All right, I'll turn off some of these crazy filters. I'm not sure I know any Fiona Apple. I actually do really like Fiona Apple. So let's think, if Fiona Apple wrote a guitar song, what would it sound like? I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that's how the guitar is supposed to sound. Yeah, that's how the guitar is supposed to sound? Or yeah, that was a good Fake Me Out Fiona Apple song?
Probably Fake Me Out.
Okay. All right. Let's try to find something even cooler for this. So this Tone Master is so cool. I mean, there are like millions of different sounds in here. And because it's a new guitar, clearly we need the tuner. Wow. Wow, if anybody has Bitcoin, it's up to 121,000, which is quite high. So must have been like some deregulation on cryptocurrency or something today. Sorry to tune on in front of you. It's kind of like tuning on stage. It's really a no-no, but I would hate to play out into the void of the internet out of tune, right? Oh, that sounds good. So there we are. That is the NF53 SE. Again, super cool guitar. Let's see if I can give you a couple more little country licks. Real snappy if you want it. Really good clean sound, really good for cleaning your house, stuff like that. Really good clean sound, really good rhythm guitar. The neck feels super smooth, so you could play some leads on it too. I am quite impressed. So let's mute our thing here so we don't make a big noise. If you guys listen in your car or something, or while you're cooking dinner. I don't want to disturb anybody, so I don't want to pop the amp. So the next thing that I wanted to show you is a really cool guitar that we actually never have in stock because we get them and they sell right away, and then it takes like forever to get them again. Another super cool thing from the EVH family. This is Wolfgang Van Halen's signature guitar. Anybody recognize that purple?
It's an 18-second play, roughly.
That's okay. That's okay. So anyhow, I'll wait 18 seconds and see if anybody recognizes the purple on there. But unless you're as crazy as me, you probably might not. Look at that. The cable that I picked today for this has a purple Island Music shrink wrapping thing on there, so it matches. All right, so again, this is the EVH SA semi-acoustic is what I have always understood that stands for. So the Japanese say semi-acoustic instead of semi-hollow, which is kind of, I don't know, took me a while to get used to that. So anyhow, this guitar is a mahogany body, and it is semi-acoustic. So it's chambered like over here, and there is a center block that runs down the middle. So it's still got a little bit of weight to it. It is basically a expanded out Wolfgang body in a semi-hollow form. So this purple is actually the same color, like the exact same pan color that Eddie had on his 1991 Music Man, and then subsequently his 95 PV Wolfgang. So I always love this color. I have a purple Music Man at home from 1995, and then I have 1, 2, 3 PV EVH Wolfgangs also in this purple. So I am quite a sucker for this purple. Some cool things about this guitar is it has specially designed pickups by Wolfgang Van Halen. So they are actually the SA-126 pickups. So they're a little bit more of a modern voicing than what you get on a lot of the other EVH products. They're high output, but they're not quite as high output. Think of a nice Gibson style Les Paul or 335 with classic 57s in there. That's kind of what this guitar reminds me of. It has, which I think is a really cool touch, the 70s Fender amp knobs are what you have for your volume and tone control. So you have a volume for each pickup and a tone control for each pickup. It has this specially designed tailpiece here, which is reminiscent of a 70s Gibson style tailpiece. I have actually upgraded the bridge, the stop bar on a customer's SA-126 with a brass chrome plated one. It turned out really, really nice and sounded great. Some other little things about this guitar: it has a really cool block inlay. Back to the satin necks on there. So mahogany neck with a satin rub finish on there. So it's super smooth, super fast. They do the thing that I love this. So if you have to adjust your guitar all the time, the truss rod wheel is right here in there, and you can take in a little Allen key and give it a quarter of a turn anytime, super easy without having to like pull apart the guitar or do anything crazy to it. Really, really nice. I actually worked with a guy once that he was not very good. This is many, many moons ago, and he would always call the truss rod a trust rod. And he would say, "Oh, you just have to adjust the trust rod." And I would think to myself, what the hell is he talking about? So anyhow, let's listen to this guitar. Woo! That's a super reverb setting, just dry. Let's do the foot switch mode and see what we got. pretty good. That's the bridge pickup. That overdrive on the Fender Tone Master is called Nashville OD, and it looks like it's in front of the Super Reverb setting. It's pretty good. I can't remember. I haven't played some of these in a long time. All right, so let's go back to a heavier rock setting and see how these pickups do with, like, let's do my first setting from earlier tonight. Just back up. Handles overdrive really, really well. All right, so that is a little bit of jamming, some advice on some parts, a funny story about a truss rod. Anybody have any thoughts? Anything you guys want to ask? Anything you guys want to talk about? I don't have a ton of time, but if you guys have anything to say, let me know. I'm here hanging out. I think if it's okay with you guys, I'm going to put the FU Tone guitar back on and jam us out. Unless anybody has any ideas. Woo! I wore these different shoes today, and I cannot get the pedals right on the Tone Master because the shoes are so light and the soles like flex or something. They're not my normal working shoes. So for pedals, I'm at a bit of a disadvantage. Send us off with some warrants. Let's do it. All right, warrant down, boys. What else we got? That was my best fake cherry pie. Let's see what else. That was fun. Thank you, guys. Jack will be back next week. I appreciate you hanging with me. This was a lot of fun. It made me play guitar on a Thursday afternoon instead of sit at my desk. So I super appreciate it. Thank you guys for all the support of Island Music, and we look forward to seeing you guys soon. See ya.